Hi everyone, happy November and welcome to this week's edition of Coach's Corner. We turn the calendar and we turn the sports calendar as well as we shift our attention from football now to our winter sports, wrestling and basketball. Alan Hibler is our guest, our boys basketball coach with us today. We're going to talk a little early basketball. How many years for you now, Coach?
This is year 7, started year 7.
And your son Cole, a senior. It's hard to believe that 4 years have gone by that quickly, but pretty good class of kids that he came in with, and those kids are now, hard to believe, seniors, and they'll be the core of what your basketball team be made up this year, won't they?
They should be. I mean, they've kind of grown up in the program, and they've matured a lot since we started with them when they came into the program as 8th graders, and we're really looking forward to a good year out of this group. I mean, they have kind of been through the battles, especially a lot of them were tested last year, so hopefully we'll be able to come in and pick up where we left off last year and build on that.
A little unfair at this point because as we record our program today, you're just getting your football players, and of course several of those guys will be certainly integral parts of your team, so those guys can play. What kind of shape they're in and how you bring them along, that's certainly something the next 3 weeks will be decided.
Well, there's a lot of work to be done in the next 3 weeks, getting them in basketball shape and things, and we're going to have to change things a little bit, of course, even though we've got a pretty good nucleus back. I mean, some of our personnel have changed, and we've got to have some kids develop into new roles this year, which they didn't have to play last year because of the seniors that we had and that have graduated and since moved on. So, that's going to be a challenge. We've got about 15 days of practices in which to get it ready to go before we open our season on November the 29th at Stillwater. And, I'm sure 15 days will be plenty of time, but it just doesn't seem like it's enough time.
I think the fun thing, though, is that I hear people talking about Ponca basketball. I think that what has gone on the last couple of years has built a lot of optimism, and I think that everybody's ready for winning basketball, and I think that's a good thing this time of year, that everybody's optimistic that we could have a good season if everything falls in place.
Well, we are really optimistic. I mean, this is a good group. I really like this group because of their athleticism and their length and things, and we've got a couple starters back. We've got a part-time starter back. So I think that we're going to be able to take that and build on it. We've got a lot of kids that have played some varsity minutes, coming into the season, so we're really not breaking them in. We're just going to be trying to define roles early here in the season and move forward as we experiment with what's going to be the best fit for this group. This group had a really good summer, played some really tough people, and played really good at times. So we've got a foundation to start with, and now we're just try to build on it.
I know you had a scrimmage at Midwest City already. Have you had more scrimmages than that, and how'd they go?
Well, the Midwest City went really good. I was really pleased with the group of young men that we took down there with us, minus our football players who still had a football game left. The kids competed really hard. They did a really good job of handling Midwest City's pressure and things, and Midwest City is one of the top teams in the state of Oklahoma traditionally, year in and year out. So it was a good measuring stick to see where we was at and what we needed to work on. Our next scrimmage is coming up this Thursday against Edmond North, at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll have our football players in by then. As a matter of fact, we should have them all in practice on Tuesday of this week for the first time. So we'll get a couple days practice under our belt before we go down to Edmond North, and it'll kind of be a feel your way kind of scrimmage. As we try to integrate them into the system and get their basketball legs back under them and things. But there's nothing like being able to scrimmage at this point of the year to see what you really need to work on.
For our local fans, we have some home scrimmages that they might be able to attend.
We've got one coming up November the 15th. We'll have UConn here starting at 5 o'clock, or as close to 5 as we can start, and UConn can get here. So that is the only home scrimmage we have this fall. So we're going to be busy on the road and things, but one of the things about going on the road, it puts you in a situation where they have to rely on each other and they have to come together as a team quickly, and that's what we need to do with the season about 18, 19 days away.
Well, and this year you have an extra tournament that you have to go to as well, not just 2 but 3 tournaments this year. So should be exciting. Coach, look forward to it. Look forward to working with you. 7 years. Wow. Time goes quick, doesn't it, Alan?
Time goes really quick.
Absolutely.
It goes
Alan
faster.
Hibler, boys basketball coach on Coach's Corner.